Hi, this is Monica from Oma's Place. I'd like to talk to you today about making greeting cards on the embroidery machine. It can be a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. These are some of them that we just recently posted. They are Christmas greeting cards. One is done here on red cardstock. There are some of the others. And the same one done on a white, and then this one. They are very easy to do, and I'll show you what kind of supplies you would need for it. Okay? First of all, you need cardstock. And when it comes to cardstock, they come in different kind of weights. The best weight is somewhere between 60 and 80. I was able to purchase online some cardstock. This is white, as you can see, but it has a tiny little pattern on it, which makes the card very attractive. It is a rather large sheet, and when you cut it down, there is quite a bit of waste with that one, but the outcome is great. The weight on this one is 80 pounds, and it stitches beautifully. Okay, so you need cardstock. You will need one sheet of white printer paper. You will also need to have interfacing. And the interfacing goes on the back of the card in the area where the embroidery is going to go, so that there's a little bit more stability to the card and the card doesn't rip as easily. You will need a smaller sized needle. The best size is a 65/9 needle. It will create a smaller hole in the card, and the whole thing will look more attractive. Can you do it with a larger one? Yeah, you could probably go up to 70 or 75, but it will leave a larger hole in the card. In addition, you will need craft fuse tape. This is double-sided tape. It's clear and it's permanent, so you will attach the backing behind the embroidery, you know, the printer sheet. You will attach that to the card with this tape. You will also need some painter's tape. 1/2 inch is what I used, and you will use that to secure the card to the stabilizer. If you want to embellish the card at the end, like we did with some of ours, like with this one here, you have the pretty edge, lacy looking kind of, then you would have to use a paper punch, and I have several of them. As a matter of fact, I love collecting these. This is a corner one, this is an edge one, and I have several of them. Some of them also come with seasonal themes, like I have one that's a snowflake for a corner, and that would be really nice for winter Christmas cards. Okay, so when you start out, you will be putting this on paper tearaway stabilizer, and the first color with all the cards is always the placement line. So what you will look here at is the stitched out placement line, one long vertical line, one horizontal line that's shorter, and that's where the card is going to be placed into. But before you do that, you need to have cut the card. So here's a piece of cardstock, and you will fold it in half along its length. Kind of finger press the back, and then cut it down to be the size of 5x7 that this card is. You will also then apply the interfacing, which I have already done. Cut down, and I'm sure your instructions will tell you the size of the interfacing that needs to be fused to the card. Yes, it is going to be an iron placed on the cardstock, and it does just fine, so don't worry about it, okay? Now, the interfacing is there to make sure that the card doesn't rip when you stitch on it. It goes in the back of the front of the card. So think about how you want the card to face, and then be sure you put this on the right side. Okay, you want to end up with this card, right? So in the back, I have already covered it, but on this one, for example, you can see uncovered. And there is some of the paper stabilizer still on there. The interfacing is on there. But you will cover the whole thing in the end with a pre-cut piece of printer paper, and it will give you a very nice and clean look to your card. All right, let's do one card together, shall we? Okay, so in order to make this card stick to the stabilizer, use just a tiny little bit of adhesive, and furthermore, use tiny little pieces of the painter's tape, fold them onto each other, and so that the sticky part is to the outside. You're kind of creating a double-sided piece of tape. And you will now place it in the upper corners away from the embroidery. This will hold down the card just very nicely. There we are. Okay, now think about what's going on the card, how the card has to face. We are going to be stitching out the Christmas ball one, and that one faces, hold on, almost there. That one faces this way. The fold is on the left side of the card. All right. When you look at your placement line here, you're going to take your card and you're going to have the fold facing the longest edge here. And the shorter side is against the short side of the placement line. Okay? We're going to be placing this on the machine now, and we'll be stitching out the outline for the placement of the applique for the Christmas ball. Okay, here we are. We have a placement line for the applique fabric. We can remove the paper backing, always helps if you remember that. And we then place the piece of fabric, place it over the outline, make sure all stitches are covered, and back it goes onto the machine. Okay, here I am. For the tack down, I used a color that is the same color that I'm going to be using for the outer edge of the applique. The stitches are not as dense on this, so anything underneath would show through. Let's say if I had taken black, the black would then show through the red outer stitches, and that would not look good. Okay, of course makes it a little harder to see where the tack down stitches are, but it's worth it. And then just make your way around the applique. And there we are. It's going back onto the machine, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so here we are. It's all done, finished, looking good, don't you think? I'm going to take it off, and then you're going to just trim away the paper stabilizer from the back of the card. Of course, remove these pieces of tape. We won't need those anymore, and don't worry about damage to the back of the card. Remember, we're going to be covering it with printer paper. And now we're going to just, after you folded it back, just zoom along and take it off. Same here, right up to the embroidery and take it off. Doesn't have to be super accurate or super neat because you are going to be covering it. Okay, so all that's left to do is cut your paper the right size, which should be 5 by, I think I did 6 3/4. You will apply this to the back of the card, and you will do so by using this tape. And as you're doing so, you will notice I don't think we can show this here on the video, but you will notice that what the tape is not completely filling the back of this, the backing. That means it's over to one side. Why is that important? You really want to have the side that's close to the edge, closest to the edge of the card, so the adherence of this is very close to the edge and looks neater. If you can't see it, which sometimes for me is hard to see where it is, it's no big deal, but if you're a perfectionist, you will probably want that to look perfect at the edge. Okay. So before I put the next piece on, I remove the backing from this one and pull it back, and then go to the next card edge. Peel it away. Peel that away, if you can. There. And one more side to go. And there we are. Goes on the back of your card. And then press down along the edges. I cut this 4.75 by 7, and the 4.75 so that when you fold it, it doesn't get in the way of your folding. Okay? But you have a nice clean looking back by doing that. And your card is ready unless you want to add some edges. And I am going to show you a corner edge. This is a corner edge. You see it's a really pretty corner. When you purchase your corner edges, be sure they have what I'm showing here, kind of wings on the side. There are some that don't have these wings, so this folds in. Be sure it has that, because that's the guide for placing the corner. And if you don't have that guide, you're kind of guessing where it should go. Can you see how the corner goes in there? Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this right now. The wings are out. The card lines up with the wing edges. And then you just push down on it. And you have a pretty edge, pretty corner here. And then you do the same on the other corner. And there you are, with the nice looking corners. And that just adds a nice touch to the card. If you wanted to be a little creative, you could of course put red paper on the inside, and then when you fold this over you have the red shining through these lacy edges. That's just a suggestion, but I think it looks fine just the way it is. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have fun making them, because they really are. Thank you.